Anyway, okay, he had more to say. Let's see. Like, these brain people have been like, yeah, capitalism's so good. Yeah, capitalism's so good. Capitalism's so good. Who's it benefiting the most? Oh, where's his face like that? Capitalism is the reason why all our tax dollars go to fund bombs that go on children in Palestine. The reason all our tax dollars, majority of them go towards war. And who's the one benefiting from all of our weapons? Who's saying public? I saw people saying, oh, taxes aren't, taxes going to Israel is not the product of capitalism. Well, the military-industrial complex is, right? And because of this modern capitalistic belief, which has led America to be owned by Israel and say all this stuff and spreading democracy and American values and Judeo-Christian, it all ties together. It's all under one umbrella. Judeo-Christian values, God bless the state of Israel, American capitalism, democracy. We need to spread democracy. Israel's just like us. They cover the women in hijabs in the Middle East. In Israel, they have gay pride parades. They're just like us. They have pride parades and capitalism. The rest of the Middle East, it's Taliban run. Just saying that gets people upset. I even will say in these clips, like, yeah, I'm a traditional capitalist by a lot of metrics. But what they're pushing right now, under the guise of capitalism, under that fake umbrella, got to change, right? Because there's a lot of things corrupt that happen. The military-industrial complex is one of the perfect examples. What is it? 70% of our taxes go there? How much debt is America in right now? Trillions? Yeah, because we're spending all of our money on missiles for Israel. So the whole point of me saying this, like people get mad and call me a communist, is like, okay, just don't have undying allegiance to this idea, because that's how they end up using you for their own agenda. That's how we end up becoming controlled. It's better to call yourself and identify yourself with things like Christian, things like Muslim, Jew. Saying, I'm a capitalist. Like, well, you're subject to be incorrect. Someone said in the vlog yesterday, he said, I don't want to vote for anybody because when they mess up, I don't want to be responsible for that. And I do think that's a fence-sitting position, because obviously people are going to mess up. But I think you could transcend that to things like capitalism, or like, it's the same reason like you see all these MAGA. I'll leave it on this because I know you're probably tired of me talking about capitalism, communism so much. I'll make the comparison to the MAGA movement. Trump campaigned on not starting any new wars, and then he bombed Iran. Trump campaigned on releasing the Epstein list, and then he didn't, and then he's probably on it, allegedly. And he's telling you, if you still want the Epstein list, I don't want you as a supporter. That's a fucking lie. And all these MAGA influencers, they see it and they just look away because they're like, well, I need to have undying allegiance to Trump. The same droolers in the MAGA movement who can never criticize him because they think he's the fucking savior and the messiah. It's the same thing when people can't criticize capitalism or can't look at our current economic system and realize we need a drastic change. Doesn't mean I'm a communist for saying that. More. We used all your bombs. Send us more. Send us. Was that me? Oh, that's his thing. There's more.
Yeah, like I was saying, it's within my understanding of the world or philosophy that any system, if it's pure, it's dog shit. Pure capitalism is fucking awful. Pure socialism or communism, terrible. It has to be some form of hybrid, even if it's in a mix of like
WXQC.
80, 20, 90, 10. It just kind of has to be.
I'll translate. He said, any form of pure socialism or capitalism, it's going to mess up. You need to have a mix. And that's why democracy tends to work. And here's a clip that they're going to use against me. I agree with XQC. All the isms, they're subject to fail. Right now, what's being demonized so much is Sharia law. But you know what prevents usury? You know what prevents gambling? You know what prevents porn? You know what prevents corruption? You know what allows for a fair governed society? Sharia law. There's a lot of things that people in the West don't like. They're like, we want to have gay pride parades and... Okay, well, yeah, Sharia law doesn't allow for that. We want to have slut walks and we want to have the pink pussy walks. Okay, Sharia law doesn't allow for that. I can understand why it's not compatible with Western society. Whenever they say Sharia law is not compatible with Western society, it's because we parade around OnlyFans girls, that we make them celebrities. It's because we have gay pride parades. Yeah, Sharia law is not going to work with that system. So is it compatible? Probably not. When they say it's not compatible with Western values, break it down. What are Western values? What? Shooting the boot? Drinking a beer out of a shoe? Doing a keg stand? Wet t-shirt contests? Hot dogs and tailgates? Like what are Western values? What are they? People love to say that term, but nobody really breaks it down. So no, Sharia law probably isn't compatible with the Western values and the Western society as it stands. But I think a lot of people don't even look into what it is. They've demonized that word so much, but look at the problems. Why do we have an economic crisis? Why do we spend all of our money on bombs? Why are we in debt because of the military-industrial complex? Oh, because of capitalism, because of isms, because of allegiance, because of politicians. Sharia law does prevent that. It does. So I'm saying this to say people who are criticizing it so much or are so afraid of it, look into what it is exactly. It prevents a lot of the problems that brought America and brought the West to where it is right now and allowed us to get